let's look at the limited and TV movie categories at the Golden Globes this year, because we could see a lot of repeat names from what we saw at the Emmys a few months ago, but there's a few very interesting and exciting new shows that are going to be eligible at the Golden Globes. I'm thinking specifically about Twin Peaks: The Return, and Top of the Lake, China Girl, so two kind of sequel revival type things. And also there's a show that I'm really interested in right now called The Sinner, which I think could surprise people. It's got quite good reviews as well. So let's talk about that. Is this going to be all about Feud, Betty and Joan, or are we just going to see Big Little Lies wipe the floor with everybody like they pretty much did at the Emmys? Matt, what do you think?
I think the Big Little Lies has, if anything, picked up buzz since their Emmy win. I think that show's just as strong as it ever was, and will probably do very well in the acting races. I think Nicole Kidman is a strong front runner for actress, and that it'll probably win the two supporting races as well, where they're competing against comedy and drama series.
Yeah, I think you're pretty much right. I can't begin to tell you how many people I hear from time to time say to me, have you seen Big Little Lies? I just caught up with it, and wow, it was amazing. I really hear about that show a lot, and it aired a while ago, and it won all those Emmys, and it's still in the conversation. So I think it's going to do extremely well. What about you, Riley?
Yeah, it's still in the conversation, and it will continue to be in the conversation because, as reported by TV Line, our sister site, they resume filming in the spring. So I hope that the Globes are bold enough to reclassify this and actually put it in the drama categories.
Yeah, that would be very ballsy if they did that. And you know what? If they did, I still think it would do very well. What do you think? Do you agree?
Yeah, like the supporting categories are catch-all. I have it doing quite well there. So.
Yeah, I think it could probably win. It could probably win drama series and lead actress.
Yeah, absolutely. So Elizabeth Moss would be very worried there, because I think she's probably the front runner in winning for drama lead actress. But I think Feud, Betty and Joan. When I think about that limited series, I think about how it kind of didn't quite live up to expectation at the Emmys. It was kind of railroaded by Big Little Lies, and I'm wondering if, given the Hollywood Foreign Press, their demographic, they're a little older, a little bit more kind of like interested in Hollywood type things, will they really take to that as well? Like, that has star power. They love Ryan Murphy shows. I don't know. I just have this sense that Feud is also going to do well, and it could pick up one or two trophies. It might actually get Alfred Molina up there instead of Alexander Skarsgård in the supporting category. So I'm thinking along those lines, and I'm also thinking that we'll probably see a little bit of Fargo and maybe even American Horror Story Cult, because I do like that whole series. Wizard of Lies has got big names, Michelle Pfeiffer and obviously Robert De Niro. Yeah. And then what about Alias Grace, the new series from Netflix? The Young Pope, American Crime could be back. There's so much stuff now in the limited and TV movie side that really... I don't know, we could see the Menendez murders, and we could see Sherlock Holmes and Black Mirror.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Matt? Anything else?
Well, yeah, and I think I do agree with you that Feud is more in the Globes wheelhouse than it was in the Emmys wheelhouse. I was always pretty skeptical of, even though I picked it for an acting award or two, because I knew they loved some of those actors at the Emmys, I was skeptical that ever really had a strong chance in the miniseries race, just because I just thought it was a bit campy maybe for the current Emmy sensibilities. But Globes, I think it does actually fit in the wheelhouse a lot more. And I think if it weren't for Big Little Lies, it would probably be, that could be the show sweeping the field. The actor race is pretty interesting in the sense that there are no lead actors in Big Little Lies, and there are no lead actors in Feud. So you're going to have another show win there. So Robert De Niro is sort of the front runner for the Wizard of Lies, but I could really see Jeff Daniels from Godless coming in.
Okay, that's a good call.
Because it'll be the newest show.
Yeah.
So not even out yet.
Well, I think that's a good call. I was thinking maybe like someone from Electric Dreams, like Bryan Cranston. That's airing at the moment. But I have Kyle MacLachlan. I think maybe that's just wishful thinking, but because I don't think the Globe voters really care about Twin Peaks that much. But it did quite have a lot of buzz for his performance in Twin Peaks, and this could be something I can see it happening, that he'd be up there with the trophy for his many roles in the return of Twin Peaks. Riley, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's the nature of this category that, things air and then they go very quickly because they're miniseries and movies. We actually have a number of contenders that haven't really come out yet, like Godless on Netflix and like Electric Dreams on Amazon. Black Mirror is something that the Globes kind of missed last year. Then it won a couple Emmys, so maybe they'll want to make up for that when it comes out next month. And there's also this one called The Long Road Home, which just started airing on National Geographic. National Geographic, of course, proved to be an excellent campaigner at the Emmys, where they got those 10 nominations for Genius out of nowhere. So that one has 80 on Metacritic. It could surprise. So yeah, there's a lot going on here. A lot's going to change in the next month as we get closer to the Globes as well.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's have some final thoughts from the two of you on something that we haven't mentioned yet, or just something that you want to throw out there before we say goodbye for today. Matt.
Well, the one race we sort of didn't touch on as much, though we've mentioned it in passing a couple of times, is drama actress. And I feel like it, as has been mentioned in passing, it's sort of probably Elizabeth Moss's to lose. But it'll be interesting to see which people, like whether a Maggie Gyllenhaal can get in for The Juice or Mandy Moore for This Is Us, whether there'll be who are going to be these sort of, well, not newer than Elizabeth Moss, but because Elizabeth Moss won the Emmy, she's sort of the establishment person, I sort of feel. And then it's going to be who are the challengers that are going to come up against her. And it could be where Outlander could have its clearest path for the win.
Yeah.
And Katarina Balfe gets in there.
Well, that would be amazing, because she's been nominated twice already, and I'm not sure about Outlander this year. And I'm supposed to be the Outlander person at Gold Derby along with Amanda, but yeah, that would be great to see her win that, because she's been doing an amazing job in season 3. Riley, final thought?
Yeah, that's a tough category, especially when you get down to like the 5th spot. I think, Rob, you and I both have Catherine Langford, right? For certain reasons why.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a sketchy choice. I mentioned Melissa Leo earlier. Even Katrina Balfe. I mean, she's somebody who you think that the Globes like, and they want to give a nomination to star somewhere. But there are so many shows these days that it's harder to get repeat nominations, especially at the Globes. So she's already been nominated twice. They dropped the series. It might be time for them to drop her as well. I guess final thought, I'll say back over on the actor side, we should watch out for Bob Odenkirk and Liev Schreiber, even though they kind of feel like old news just because they always want to keep all the networks happy. Like we saw a couple of years ago, John Hamm, randomly won, semi-randomly, for Mad Men just because, they got to keep AMC happy. Last year, Billy Bob Thornton won because he was the Amazon win. And I think if they don't get Liev Schreiber and Bob Odenkirk in this year, there won't be any Showtime or AMC nominations, which would be the first time in years.
Yeah, that's a really, really, really good point. We have to keep in mind that the Hollywood foreign press do love to keep everybody happy, and they try to really spread the wealth to every single possible outlet. And you see things like networks like Epix and the Audience Network and things that outlets we don't normally hear about at the Emmys will definitely make a showing at the Golden Globes. Thank you both so much for your time today, and everybody, please stay tuned to Gold Derby. We have plenty more to talk about the Golden Globes TV nominations as we get closer and closer to nominations announcement. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Right.